our common Father, Omni being endlessness, having decided to change the principle of the maintenance of the existence of this then still unique cosmic concentration and sole place of his most glorious being, first of all altered the process itself of the functioning of these two primordial fundamental sacred laws, and he actualized the greater change in the law of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok. In the functioning of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok consisted in this, that in three of its stopinders he altered the what are called subjective actions, which had been until then in the stopinders in this respect, that in one he lengthened the law conformable successiveness, shortened it in another, and in a third disharmonized it, and namely, with the purpose of providing the requisite inherency for receiving, for its functioning, the automatic affluence of all forces which were near, he lengthened the stopinder between its third and fourth deflections. This same stopinder of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok is just that one, which is still called the Meccano-coinciding Mednel in. And the stopinder which he shortened is between its last deflection and the beginning of a new cycle of its completing process. By this same shortening, for the purpose of facilitating the commencement of the new cycle of its completing process, he predetermined the functioning of the given stopinder to be dependent only upon the affluence of forces obtained from outside through that stopinder, from the results of the action of that cosmic concentration itself, in which the completing process of this primordial fundamental sacred law flows. And this stopinder of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok is just that one, which is still called the intentionally actualized Mednel in. As regards the third stopinder, then changed in its subjective action, and which is the fifth in the general successiveness, and is called Harnel Aort. Its disharmony flowed by itself from the change of the two aforementioned stopinders. This disharmony, in its subjective functioning, flowing from its asymmetry, so to say, in relation to the whole entire completing process of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok, consists in the following. If the completing process of this sacred law flows in conditions where during its process there are many extraneously caused vibrations, then all its functioning gives only external results. But if this same process proceeds in absolute quiet, without any external extraneously caused vibrations whatsoever, then all the results of the action of its functioning remain within that concentration in which it completes its process. And for the outside, these results only become evident on direct and immediate contact with it. And if, however, during its functioning, there are neither of these two sharply opposite conditions, then the results of the action of its process usually divides themselves into the external and the internal. Thus, from that time, the process of actualization began to proceed in the greatest as well as in the smallest cosmic concentration, with these stopinders of this primordial sacred law of Heptaparaparshinok changed in this way in their subjective actions. I repeat, my boy, try very hard to understand everything that will relate to both these fundamental cosmic sacred laws, since knowledge of these sacred laws, particularly knowledge relating to the particularities of the sacred Heptaparaparshinok, will help you in the future to understand very easily and very well all the second grade and third grade laws of world creation and world existence. Likewise, an all-round awareness of everything concerning these sacred laws also conduces in general to this, that three brain beings, irrespective of the form of their exterior coating, by becoming capable in the presence of all cosmic factors, not dependent upon them, and arising around about them, both the personally favourable as well as the unfavourable, of pondering on the sense of existence. Acquired data for the elucidation and the reconciliation in themselves of that what is called individual collision, which often arises in general in three brain beings from the contradiction between the concrete results flowing from the processes of all the cosmic laws and the results presupposed and even quite surely expected by their what is called sane logic, and thus correctly evaluating the essential significance of their own presence, they become capable of becoming aware of the genuine corresponding place for themselves in these common cosmic actualizations. In short, the transmutation in themselves of an all-round understanding of the functioning of both these fundamental sacred laws conduces to this, that in the common presences of three brain beings, data are crystallized for engendering that divine property which it is indispensable for every normal three brain being to have, and which exists under the name of Simul Neuranos. Of this your favourites have also an approximate representation, and they call it impartiality.